Hello, today it is the turn of Maria to take over Tales on Trent. So, hiya Maria, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Maria, as you just said. I write as Kacy. I've been in the book world for coming on 6 or 7 years now. I started off as a blogger, then went into author. I also organise sign-ins, and I've also got designs as well.
Did you always know that you wanted to write?
I did, but I didn't have the confidence to do it until, a couple of author friends said, well, why not get it all down and see what it looks like.
And what got you into blogging?
I don't know, I just I love reading, and I sort of fell into all the book sites on Facebook, and I thought, why not start writing reviews and operating a blog.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And was it what sort of genre do you write?
I still don't know how to class myself, because it's loosely based on true events. Some say it's dark because of the content in it. It's not. It's sort of very true to life, what could happen in other people's lives. There is romance in there, but it's not sort of romance based. I would say put it in the dark genre for that one. There will be a HEA at the end, but at the moment it's ongoing.
And what made you choose to write about that?
That's the only thing that came to me. It's just write what you know, as they say, and that's what I knew. And it's sort of built from there onwards.
Will Tales on Trent be your first signing as an author?
No, I've been quite a few. Been quite a few signings. I think it was a couple of 3 or 4 years ago that my first signing happened. So, but it's still, when you attend a signing, it still feels like your first one. You still get that nerves and things like that. So it could call me a veteran signer, but I still get the nerves and everything like that, as if it would be someone attending for the first time.
Are there any authors that you're particularly looking forward to catching up with or meeting for the first time?
I love meeting all authors, but I also like catching up. I don't have any particular authors because I just like meeting everyone. I love seeing old friends because, like I said, I've been in the author world for 6-7 years now, and you sort of build friendships as you go along. But it's good to meet new authors as well. So I don't really have any favourites sort of that I want to see. It's the same for everyone. You go to a signing, you all talk to each other and get to know new people as well.
Are there a lot of new names for you at this one?
There's a few I've not heard of before, so it would be nice to sort of meet them. There's some that I do know really well, but it's always a good get together for all of us, I think, because we're all in the same position.
Yes, definitely. Out of all the books you've written so far, do you have a favourite character?
No, because I love all of them. They have their own little quirks. And I don't think when you're an author you can actually have a favourite, because you fall in love with each and every one of them that you write about. So no, I have not got a favourite.
You're the first author that I spoke to that said no. Every other author manages to find one, but you're just like, nope. No, you're the first person, which I imagine is the honest answer.
Yeah, no, I don't have favourites, because with what I'm doing at the moment, there will be spin-offs for, from all the characters that are in my books anyway, because I think they've all got their own story to tell. So I couldn't have favourites.
Out of the books you've written, what's been the hardest scene that you've ever written, and what's been the most fun?
There's two at the moment. In my first book that I wrote, my debut book, Living a Lie, I think the whole book was the hardest, really, because it was coming from my own experiences. And it takes a lot out of you if you're writing about what's happened. So there's quite a few scenes in that first book that were really hard to write, and I had to stop and sort of like think, take a break. I won't go into the scenes because you have to read it, find out what they're about. But there's another one from a separate, that's a sort of a spin-off from another book, is I've done for an anthology piece, and that was a hard scene to write because it was sort of like homophobic scene, and that was very, very hard to write, because you have to get into that character's mind of what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what was happening to them at the time. So that was another hard one.
What about the most fun? Are there any fun scenes?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I haven't finished my first series yet, but there will be for the last book in the series, for the third book. The anthology piece, I've got to finish off writing about that one to make it into a full-length book. So I'm sure there will be some fun ones coming across at the moment.
What's been your highlight so far since you became an author?
I think it's people enjoying my work. Actually, when you first put it out there, and people actually like what you wrote, or also with the fact of people can relate to the content of the book as well. I've had sort of like a couple of messages, saying sort of that they felt like they weren't the only ones that suffered through certain things. So I think that's the highlight, people out there reading your work and actually liking it as well. That's the highlight of it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I imagine you've had some quite heartbreaking messages and stuff with some of the stuff you write about.
Yeah.
And what's your biggest dream with your writing?
Just to carry on. Just carry on getting my books out there. I haven't written in, I think the last thing I wrote was for my anthology piece. And before that, I hadn't written for 2 years because I've had other things going on. But no, just to carry on putting books out there that people will still like, people still buy, and still just carry on doing what I'm doing at the moment, attending signings and sort of like contact with readers and things like that, and just carry on.
How many books have you written so far?
There's 2 out at the moment and an anthology piece.
And how many are you hoping to have by May?
By May, I am hoping to finish the third book in my series. And also have 2 additional spin-off from the first series as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get them done and ready for that time.
Awesome. Well, I can't think of any more questions for you at the moment. So if you'd just like to tell everyone where they can find out more about you and where they can get your books from.
I have a page, Kacy. All the information's on there. All my books are on Amazon. They are wide, so you can purchase from iBooks and all the other retail stores as well. I did do a book 1 and book 2 together, so that is available on Kindle Unlimited. I'm also about on Facebook, sort of like under Obsessed by Books, my blog, and Obsessed by Books Designs. You can find me there as well, or under Shenanigans Book Signings as well.
Awesome. Well, we shall look forward to seeing what you get up to on the page, and we shall look forward even more to meeting you in May.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.